waver.
Let me interject, and forgive me for interrupting you, but
Nope.
this is important because that transition, that divorce for many people, it's crushing. For some people, it is, okay, I'm writing the next chapter of my life. It is a rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
So where did you get that energy, that spirit to say, okay, I'm picking myself up? Because it's not, let's be real, that's not easy for many women going through divorce or having gone through divorce. It is emotionally
No.
taxing, right? So how did you do it?
Yeah. I truly think for me, just knowing what God has told me specifically, like I didn't put you here to just exist in a marriage that you're not happy in. He didn't give us marriage for happiness. I get that. It's a whole conversation for another day. But I never at any point felt like my life was wrapped up and tied up, and the definition of it was based on a marriage. I always felt like I'm an individual with individual thoughts, and I have to show my child. At that time, I only had a 11, 12-year-old son. I have to show my child that this is what you do when things are not working out. Before you get to the point of your fussing and fighting and cursing, which we never did, you say, okay, this isn't working. This isn't for me, and be grown enough to say enough, put the period at the end of it, and let's move forward. So my friends, my peers, people around me saying, you leaving that good man? I can't believe it. And I'm like, hey, this is the only choice that I have for me to really go forward and to really walk into where I'm supposed to be. This isn't it for me. This is not all I'm supposed to be, is the wife and the mother and the stepmom. This is not for me. And that you have to be grown up enough to love people sometime and let them go. And I knew that for me, that's what I was doing at that point, because I wasn't completely in it emotionally. So to be fair to them, let me move forward. And like I said, my friends saw me go through that transition in time, and they said, you never missed a beat, because my faith was never shaken. My faith was never at a point where I thought, oh, I can't move forward. I don't think that. I think that there's always something better when we go through something difficult. There's
Amen.
always a lesson to be learned in every single season. And I learned things about myself. I was selfish. I was many things. We don't want to look inward. We want to look at other people and blame other people outwardly. But for me, I chose to look inward to myself to figure out what I did wrong, what I could do better. I made the choice that necessarily was not for me. And God said, okay, and my ex-husband, wonderful guy. I wish him well. He's a great guy. And it just was not for me.
Excellent.
So we move forward, again, just to show an example of, we don't all have to fall apart to
Amen.
move. We don't have to lose everything to go forward. But I'm willing to lose stuff, but not myself.
Wonderful. And I'm glad, I just wanted to address that, because I know, some of the women that I have as clients, and I have had as clients, they maybe, products of divorce, they may be on their second, third marriages, but that was a point I wanted to address.